Hey everyone, Gaijin Goomba here. The actual Gaijin Goomba. It's crazy, right? I'm showing my real face, letting you see what I look like, using my real voice and all of that good stuff. And I'm sure many of you are wondering, has Gaijin caved to the trolls? Is this going to be the new format? Is change going to occur? Not quite. I wanted to do an unscripted episode of Game Exchange for two reasons. One, me, Matt, Ronnie, Drake, all the theorists, we're going to be at the Screw Attack Gaming Convention in July, and then the week after, I myself will be at Con Bravo, and I figured it would be kind of nice for you guys to see what I actually look like, what I sound like, how I talk, because I want to meet you guys, I want to hang out, but that aside, the second big reason is that I want to talk about something that kind of has affected me personally, and it involves my absolute favorite franchise of all time, Mega Man. It's really interesting in that Mega Man as a franchise has given me a very unique perspective that is exterior to my culture, like United States culture. And I want to talk about human-robot relationships. Now, I know that's going to sound dumb, it's going to sound corny, and I'm sure for all of you that have seen my video talking about synthetic relationships, you probably think I've got a very negative outlook when it comes to human-robotic relationships. Well, no, that's not quite true. In fact, it's interesting because growing up with Mega Man, as much as I did, really gave me a completely different perspective. I mean, when you think about the traditional Western way, like, when I say Western, I mean more or less American, but whatever. We have, like, look at our movies. Look at Terminator, look at AI, look at iRobot, look at Space Odyssey. All of it involves, like, when robots hit that level of human-like sentience, bad stuff just goes down. You know, the humans are wiped out or they're taken over, and let's just say it's not a good relationship. But I mean, then you look at Japan, and you look at the way that they view human-robotic relationships. You see, like, Mega Man for one, and I'll get into more depth about that in just a second, but I mean, in general, it's very easy to understand that it's all about a human-robot positive relationship, or look at, like, Tetsuo and Atom, or Astro Boy, as it's called in English. So much of it is all about humans and robots working together, getting along. It's like a secondary human race, almost. And you know, growing up, just a quick back history of how influential that this series was to me. I mean, so many of my earliest childhood memories are tied around this franchise. I remember, like, when I was really big into Mega Man 4, when I was like 6, 7 years old. I was at my brother's soccer game. I got bored being a 6-year-old gamer. I found a piece of wood. I kid you not, it looked like the dive missile. I remember it. It looked like the dive missile, and I was like, I'm gonna go off and fight Wily, like, as a kid, pretending and whatnot. I remember trying to trick-or-treat as Mega Man, and it looked terrible. I remember trying so hard to beat Mega Man 5, and I remember I got stuck at Charge Man stage of all places, and my mom called me away for lunch, and I was so hot, and I wanted to beat that game so freaking bad. A lot of people that I've talked to, like, when they went to pool parties when they were, like, way, way young, they would pretend that they were, like, Zoras or something like that. I was like, I'm gonna go fight Bulba Man and Dive Man and all of the underwater robot bosses. I remember going to my buddy Torian's place, playing Mega Man X for the first time, and I really got that first glimpse of that Japanese anime manga art style, and that was really influential and big. But I mean, the longer I spent in that franchise as a kid, the more I saw that perspective. I saw the Eastern perspective of a human-robot relationship being positive as opposed to negative. You know what? Let me give you a point of reference. There was a long time ago. It was to show off what the PS3 could do graphically. It was this video about this robot gal named Kara. And I'm going to skip quite a bit through it, but I want to show you the key point.
What's going to happen to me now?
I'll reinitialize you and send you to a store to be sold.
Sold? I'm a sort of merchandise. Is that right?
Yeah, of course you're merchandise, baby. I mean, you're a computer with arms and legs and capable of doing all sorts of things. And you're worth a fortune.
Oh, I see. I thought...
You thought? What did you think?
I thought... I was alive.
Shit, what is this crap? That's not part of the protocol. More memory components going off the rails. Okay, recording. Defective model. Disassemble and check the required components.
You're disassembling me, but why?
You're not supposed to think that sort of stuff. You're not supposed to think at all, period. You must have a defective piece or a software problem somewhere.
No, I feel perfectly fine, I assure you. Everything is all right. I answered all the tests correctly, didn't I?
Yeah, but your behavior is non-standard.
Please, I'm begging you, please don't disassemble me.
I'm sorry, honey, but defective models have to be eliminated. That's my job. If a client comes back with a complaint, I'm gonna have some explaining to do.
I won't cause any problems, I promise. I'll do everything I'm asked to. I won't say another word. I won't think anymore. But I've only just been born. You can't kill me yet. Stop, will you please stop? I'm scared. I want to live. I'm begging you.
What do you say to that? How can you react to that? When we get to the point, and it's not an if, it's a when at this point. When we get there, when we're developing robots that are focused on self-preservation, that want to feel useful, that seek out the human condition, what right do we have to say no to that? When we develop that sort of human sentience. It's the singularity issue is just so crazy to think about. And you get little bits and pieces of that when you actually read the story throughout the Mega Man games. And best example, let me grab it right here. So Mega Man 9, the whole idea behind it is that a bunch of Light's robot masters want to continue to be useful, but they're about to hit their expiration date and basically be tossed into the fire, broken down, deactivated, whatever you want to call it. And they don't want to. So, what are we as people gonna do when we, in real life, get to that point where robots are like, well, I don't want to be decommissioned. I want to continue to live. I want to continue to be who I am. Are we going to have the right to say that? Are we going to have the right to say, no, you're a machine, you're nothing more? I mean, because it's not true anymore. And I know this sounds stupid, guys. I know you're thinking this is a gigantic waste of time because this is just so science fiction, but for crying out loud, today's science fiction is tomorrow's science, and we've seen that proven on a yearly basis with all kinds of technology coming out. You know, and this is something that I just truly love about video games is and why I started Game Exchange, because they make you think. And when it comes to video games, I mean, Mega Man is just my gigantic catalyst for this. I mean, for crying out loud, I drink out of an E-Tank mug. Like, I freaking get so stoked for the comics, and by the way, to further illustrate everything that I've talked about, get this series. Get Spiritus Ex Machina, because it does a better example explaining all of this better than I do. And I've got, if you ever see me at a convention, look for this freaking thing. It's a Proto Shield backpack that I had custom made. Every single day. Let me move this around here. Like, that's just to the left of my desk. That's what I see. That's what this game has done to me. It's made me think. Like, starting off as a kid, it was juvenile. I had very limited understanding about what this franchise really had to offer in terms of mental stimulation. Now that I'm older, this is why me and Matt and Ronnie and Drake, that's why we do these videos, is that we're so stimulated now with even the most simplistic of video games, like Mega Man. And we're pulling so many ideas out of them that it's something we want to share with the world. And I don't know. That's really all I gotta say. Like, as much as I hate how Mega Man's been neglected over the last couple of years, I can't hate it. I can't bring myself to hate it, because not only is it such a treasured thing in my own memory as a kid, it's still something to this day that I'm constantly pulling out and thinking critically about, thinking about the future. Morally speaking, technologically speaking. You know, I tell you what, I'm very excited about this. I am so stoked for Mighty Number 9. You know, Inafune said that he wants to continue to talk about the human-robot relationship, and from his perspective, and from the Japanese perspective in general, it's going to be something worth thinking about, worth talking about, and hopefully I'll be able to do another video talking about this. But I think that's all I got for now, guys. I appreciate you listening. I hope to see you at either Con Bravo or SGC, and you know, if you like this format, just let me know. I may play with it a little bit more in the future, but until then, this is Gaijin Goomba, signing out. Hey everyone, thanks for watching, and thank you, Super Sci Guy, for letting me use your music. If you're interested in more culture and gaming videos, be sure to check out my channel. But if you're in the mood for more game exchange, game theory, crossover, or digressing and side questing, click here for the Game Theorists channel, your one-stop shop for true facts about your favorite games.